Well, here we are. We're back for the Champions and Legends Weekly Warrior Happy Hour. So I'm going to wait for a little bit and let some folks get online. And I can already see Mr. Berger's coming on. Yes, I see you out there, Ethan. Folks are online. Shish. What the heck's going on there? All right. I know we're having a little technical. There we go. That baby is just flipping around on its own. Well, guys, welcome back to another week of the Weekly Warrior Happy Hour. That's it. Champions and Legends. We could see it. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm Uchenna, and Champions and Legends produces CBD-based sports supplements for athletic preparation, performance, and recovery. And this week is a big recovery week, so I'm excited for the two guests that we have. I'm just going to talk to you about a couple of things. As you know, the beginning of the month, we launched a fantastic site, championsandlegends.com. You got to go see that and know that there's great information there for you, not only about CBD, but about athletes and how to move forward, being the best version of yourself. And we're excited about that. And then, of course, in the beginning of the month, at the same time as the launch, you know who those two guys are, James Harrison and Thor Bjornsson, right? James, two-time Super Bowl champ. Thor, world's strongest man, that's right, and the Mountain from Game of Thrones. So that's all fine and dandy, right? But what we got is two more absolute beasts. Now, they're coming from a space that I am not really familiar with. So we have two of the world's best rock climbers on our team. The first guy, boom, I don't know if you recognize him. His name is Tommy Caldwell. He's an American rock climber, and as you can see, he's hanging off the side of a mountain, man. It drives me crazy, okay? But if you've seen the movie Dawn Wall, you will understand this guy's brain. This is a cool guy, and he is on the Champions and Legends athlete partner team. So that's Tommy Caldwell. We also brought on Czech climber Adam, how do I say this last name? Adam Ondra. This dude is a beast as well. As you can see, again, hanging off the side of a mountain, different mentality altogether. And the thing is, if you look at both of these guys, they both seem to be wearing red and blue. Who wears red and blue? This is the real Spider-Man, okay? These are the real Spider-Man, guys. And I have to have my own little Marvel comic moment, but I can't wait to meet these guys. These are the real Spider-Man. Now, I want to share the fact that these two guys are now on the Champions and Legends athlete partner team. So now there's 4 guys now, and there's going to be more. I'm telling you, let's see, August 1st and August 15th, there will be 2 more announcements, more guys joining the Champions and Legends team, believing in the product, using the product, and that's what it's all about, right? Now, I promised you a recovery day. Well, here's your recovery day. Our first guest is from Motion PT Group, and I'm going to go ahead and get him on. His name is Ethan Berger. Let's see, where's Ethan? Let's see, there he is. Boom, Ethan, I got you there, buddy. Let's see here. There you are. And you, man. Ethan, come on in, man.
Boom.
Boom, he did it. All right.
Made it happen.
Man, how's it going, Ethan?
Getting in, getting back from work, and here we are getting ready.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Listen, we have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to jump right in. First,
Yep.
tell us about Motion PT Group.
All right, Motion PT. We do a lot of sports medicine. We have PT, we have OT, we have pediatrics, geriatrics. We range from New Hampshire, Vermont, all the way down to Florida. But we can hone in on the athlete, recovery, injury, nagging injuries, a lot of post-operative. But we work with a lot of on-field. We take care of all levels of rugby, from high school, middle school, to major league professional throughout the United States. And a couple members have worked with the USA national team, as well as we do a lot of volunteering. We do marathons. If you want to talk about recovery, we work at different camps and, large scale, where we're keeping our eye on, every single field. So big emphasis on the athletes, but of course we can do a little bit of everything from 2 to 102, throw at us, whatever. And, we have some good relationships with some good people. Even one of our longtime friends is actually down by our other guest, Kaylee. He's got another athlete for training performance center about 45 minutes from his down in Houston. Hey, it's called Athlete and Health. They might even know each other.
No doubt.
Yep.
It's
so
a
we
small
can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pro athletes, but there's even more, weekend warriors and guys like me and you. I mean, I don't know how in shape you are, but I personally, it's a daily struggle, all right, to try to stay in the game, especially with, COVID and everything that's going on. But I'm always having to work a little bit harder, and it's not quite as easy when you don't have a team and one of those big paychecks to motivate you every day to stay in shape. So, Motion PT, you are a large organization, and, what do you guys run into mostly? I mean, you're focused on the athlete, but you get a wide range of athletes in your cubby of people that come and visit with you.
I mean, we get it all. My afternoon, I had several people I had today. I had a college rower, I had a college rugby player, I had a JUCO looking to go as far as he can in baseball. He out from the outfield, he's hitting 100 miles an hour. But then, earlier in the day, I'm working with an 82-year-old and some of her balance and some of her work. So we really do get a little bit of everything. And the biggest thing is trying to figure out what really motivates one person from one of their steps to get to the next one. And obviously everyone's on different levels. We do a lot of education. We have a lot of students, and especially teaching them how to figure out in their minds to wrap around how to really progress and go to the next step.
Right.
So
you mentioned something about motivating people, and we don't really think about the rehab and the recovery piece as having to motivate someone to get through that. I think about, motivating me to win a championship, motivating me to get out there and push. But, when you go into the recovery piece, what do you have to do psychologically to get people motivated to recover properly?
It's funny you say that, because I hit up a buddy of mine from college who not only did he tear his ACL and have surgery about 8 months ago, and today is his birthday. I saw he was on a podcast recently with an orthopedic surgeon. So we haven't done a lot of outlet with those, and he's a sports psychologist. We're not on that level, and we haven't done a lot of work with them, but it got gears turning. And, I spoke to him and say, hey, maybe we could link up, and he's going to try to jump on and, see some things we're talking about. But obviously we're not on his level.
Right.
But, we try to think of the goals, some of the things I used to be able to do, and figure out the best steps to attain those goals. They come in, speaking of him, let's say he had an ACL surgery, you come in with the brace locked in and crutches. He's used to dunking, running, cutting. Obviously, they're not doing that for a while. It's thinking about baby steps, those little goals. You're not going to go from crutching in to running 4 yards and cutting. You're going to walking, to maybe doing stairs, to maybe doing little bunny hops, to maybe doing a little bit further of a hop, and just thinking step by step, those little goals, like a progression, so they can grasp it mentally.
Right. And it's funny because you could be the highest level athlete and having an injury, and you turn into, a little kid all of a sudden, and with no discipline. Everything goes out the window because they're focused on the injury and not the end goal like they're used to doing with that. So is there any particular injury that you see more than in others?
I personally, through some of the relationships I've made, are the knee, the ACL, and some of the different things they're doing with that. And I've been able to write some protocols with one of the doctors that's trying out that's revamped an old technique, an ACL repair. Most of the reconstruction, they rip out the ACL, no matter how much is intact, depending on where it's torn. If he's getting it right off the top, the femur bone, he's able to repair it right back on top of that. And just today, I spoke with him about a 17-year-old high school football player. That's 3 weeks out of surgery. He's hoping to have run in another few weeks. I've seen these ACL repairs run at under 6 weeks. It's insane. So we see a lot of knees and ACLs, and with all the rugby, a lot of hamstrings actually.
Right.
It's funny, we talked about a little bit of Houston and Texas and the Texans. I saw Will Fuller, the receiver, the other day, put up a post that basically he's a little frustrated that he so-called said no one is able to figure him out and get him right, and he cannot get to his next level. I'm like, hey, give me a shot. Let's look at some things.
Right.
It doesn't matter what level you're at. There's always nagging things and things you're going to be frustrated about. But we just try to keep rolling and figure out the best step-by-step, like I said before, their little goals and what they need to do to attain that next one.
Right.
But again, personally, a lot of ACLs and a lot of hamstrings from the rugby, and we try to do as many studies as possible. A lot of knees, a lot of hips, a lot of lower, and then some of the baseball guys throwing. So we have to be able to see everything. Physical therapists are not, there's not an elbow therapist, there's not a shoulder therapist, like there's a shoulder surgeon, an elbow surgeon. We have to do it all. But we can find interesting things we like to hone in on. But I personally see a little more of what I just spoke about.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, man, because, speaking of having to do it all, you got a lot of letters behind your name. Okay. Tell me a little bit about all those credentials that you have.
It all started, I was always an athlete. I had physical therapy when I was about 15 from baseball, not a one-time injury per se, but we realized one day, hey, I can't fully straighten my elbow. And I'm a little nervous. My mom's being a mom, freaking out. My dad's like, he's a guy, he'll figure it out. No, they were all involved in the care. So I had MRI, X-ray, didn't show much. I went to physical therapy. I was a 15-year-old, didn't really do my homework, but I loved how they were, their attitude. They enjoyed their job. They knew what they were doing. They weren't stuck behind a desk. So that interest piqued my interest. I didn't know physical therapy was a graduate program. So when I went to look around all the colleges, among several, I ended up going to college at Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, great, beautiful place. They had an athletic training program. That's an ATC. So the picture you have up on the screen is the common conception of someone running around with a fanny pack, gloves on, ready to roll, ready for anything. Right. So that was the athletic training. And then more towards the end of that, I looked back at the physical therapy school. Took a couple years to finish up those requirements. And so there's the PT, the DPT is doctorate physical therapy. PT started way back when in the wars. It was the nurses. It was just some of the bystanders. It then became a bachelor's, then a master's, then a doctorate. We had some emphasis on research because it's still important. You see all the papers and published. So there's the PT, DPT. The SCS is sports clinical specialist. There's a lot of specialists in physical therapy. You can be orthopedic, pediatric, geriatric, neuro, a lot of different. I figured the sports was just kind of a good way to go in line with my bringing. And once I came into motion, it was way back about 7 years ago. It already had all the rugby ties. So I figured I want to stay on the field and do as much as I can. So sports was the best way. Okay. And heck, there's always room for more letters, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what's next?
Fit that all on the flyer was a challenge.
We'll do a second line.
Exactly. Hey, check this out, man. All right, now, I got the pictures. Now, this is a rugby player in the professional rugby league?
Yeah, the Major League Rugby.
Yeah. This dude, there's blood all over his head. How do you fix that? What's going on? Talk to me about that moment.
So this guy had stitches 5 times last season. He had the first game of the season, one eyebrow. He got his other eyebrow. Later on, his eyebrow again. It's actually from the back of his head. You can see my little blue glove on the back of his head, holding down on the cut. I'm trying to remember where it was, but he actually just chilling on the sideline. They did staples right there on the sideline.
Whoa.
No anesthetic. No. He was slightly concussed, so we took him out of the game. The game that he blew his eyebrow up, there's a blood timeout in rugby. The surgeon, the physicians took him down to the locker room, stitched him up. We wrapped him up. Once it was put back together, in and up under the blood time, right back into the game.
Wow. Okay, that's
So
a whole
there's
level
some tough
of
dudes.
tough. That's a whole nother level of tough.
Yeah.
But you handle all these types of things. And that's what really intrigued me, you know, when I reached out to talk to you, is because you do have this wide range of experience on the field, off the field, you know, in the clinic. Now, the question I have for you, because I heard you say you guys have to, that you help some doctors with some of their reporting and some of the, you know, white papers and different things like that. How do you keep, with all the clinics that you have, how do you keep everyone in line in terms of level of care across the board?
So one thing we actually did just now during COVID is we put together a whole lot of different special interest groups. Myself and someone else headed the sports one. We had a hand one. We had a spine one. We even had one on legal and documentation. We try to just keep the highest standard of care as possible.
Right.
We do a lot of education and mentorship. We have pretty much monthly meetings that we live stream over Zoom, that every single clinic can sit down and watch. And just like today, if someone can't watch it, it's in a library and they can watch it. Whether it's 1 week on just the shoulder, going over testing and evaluation and the correct measurements, and then the next week is going over treatment for these individual things. So huge on education, making sure our standard is as high as possible.
Wow. Okay.
And that can go to any of our clinics in any state, city, town, wherever it's at.
That's cool, man. That is cool. Now, getting into, do you guys use, I'm sure you have techniques, physical techniques that you have. Do you use any outside products, like, for instance, CBD, or do you use any type of anti-inflammatories? Because you're a doctor, so you can do prescriptions too. What do you recommend for inflammation? What do you recommend for those type of things?
So we can't do prescriptions. We'll say we're a clinical doctor. The doctorate we got is more for research. We don't have the pad and we can, hey, go check this, you know, X, Y, and Z medication. We can't do that. And we can't prescribe, you know, if a patient has these medications, we can try to either say, ask your doctor or make a recommendation based on experience.
Okay.
In terms of different medications, I'll get to the CBD last. We have the Normatec and the Hypervolt, and those are some of the great tools for recovery. One of our rugby guys did some work with CBD and brought some of the vials by, and we did find it helpful on some of the select few, whether it was like kinesio tape, whether they had a different entity or a different substance or material on them, and it just
right.
Not saying it was placebo, but they just liked that they were a little more involved, that whether it's kinesio tape and some of the pros and some of the people are doing this. And we know CBD is a big phase right now. And we did use some of the CBD. He made like a mint rosemary. It smelled amazing. It helped out with some of, we sometimes use on, you know, some of the acute strains, and, you know, almost like someone would use their Bengay or Icy Hot.
Right.
But, you know, I would say CBD is unique because not only is it topical, you can also take it as a pill. So we've used it a little bit, but not a ton of experience.
Okay.
But we have used it.
Okay. Well, I'll help you out with that down the road anyway. So, but yeah, so that's really important. Is there anything else you want to share with me, you know, about not only your practice, about motion, just so, because we have a lot of viewers out here that will want to know and want to be able to look y'all up.
Yeah. Currently, we're East Coast based. There's a lot of competition in the area, and all the clinics know each other. All the big C-suite, the CEOs, the CFOs, they all know each other. They actually, most of them go to different private practice meetings. They're all there. You know, it's a healthy competition.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it's based on who the doctor has trusted and used in the past. You know, some of these times now during COVID, we're keeping in touch with all of our physicians, all of our surgeons, keeping them in the loop. A lot of the time, all the elective surgeries were pretty much cut out of the picture. Now they're all starting to creep back up. So we're keeping in touch with them, as well as I mentioned those special interest groups. We're making sure we keep our things up to date. And then once we have those projects put together, we make sure they know that we keep things up to date.
Right.
So we're trying to stay as relevant and as research and evidence-based as possible.
Right.
That's what we're just trying to do, I guess, company-wide, now that we have had some downtime now that we're in the past, March and April, but we're all picking up back again. So we're still maintaining some of those projects, but still treating.
Very cool, man. Like I said, I appreciate you making time to come and chat with myself and share what you know about recovery and your experience around recovery. I definitely like to invite you ahead of time to come back again, and maybe we'll drill down some more on some of the techniques that you use. But man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll talk to you again soon. And like I said, just reach out and hey, if you have any rugby matches out here that you happen to show up, I'm out in Houston. So
that's what I was gonna say. Where are you based local?
Yeah. I'm in Houston during COVID. Our company is based in Las Vegas, but yeah. But I'll look forward to seeing you and speaking more.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks again, Ethan.
Thank you, man. Talk soon.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Later.
So there was Ethan, man, good dude, and playing a big role in making a difference for folks in the recovery space. Having to go to a physical therapist is usually because something happened, and we're always looking to be better every day through the tools that are available to us. Once again, this is the Weekly Warrior Happy Hour, and brought by Champions and Legends. Champions and Legends produces CBD-based sports supplements for athletic preparation, performance, and recovery. So now, as I said, we have a recovery day. And I'm going to let the next guest come in because he's a special guest. And let's see what we got here. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, let's go live with Kylie Wong. He is in the waiting room, just giving him the look. Yes, here he comes. I know he's coming. I see you out there, Kylie. Well, I'm gonna show a picture of you while you're here. All right, there we go. Now you're coming in. I know you're coming in now. So just in case you see him, that's what he looks like. So he's coming in here in a second. I know it. Getting his wires crossed. This is his first time doing a live like this. All right. There we go. I know he's going to come in now. Very, very, well, come on, man. Kylie, if you can hear me, I am inviting you. I see you out there. I see it keeps dropping you. I see what you're saying. Let's try it again. Let's see. I'm going to view you, and then I'm going to go live with you. How's that? Let's try that again. His connection. Here it is. Oh, wow. It keeps getting declined. Man, all right. Let me try it a different way. I'm going to send you a message. I see it keeps declining you. Boom. Now I'm going to add you. It says it's going to connect you. There we go. Man, you keep getting declined, bro. I don't understand why. Man, I don't know what the deal is. Let's see here. I'm going to try you another way. Where there's a will. Nope, you keep getting declined, man. I don't understand why. Um, maybe go on your other Instagram page. Come on over on that one. That might do it. Well, Kylie is one of the original Texans. One of the original Texans. Let me see here. I'm going to show you a picture of him doing his thing back in '02 when he was one of the original team members for the Texans. And I'm not sure why he's not. I see you out there, man. I know you're there. And I've tried to add you a couple times. Maybe this time will work. Maybe this time will work. Okay. Says connecting. Let's see here. Okay. I have so much to talk about with you, man. Let's see if you want to try you again, man. They got you waiting. I'm sorry, guys. Hang with me, everyone. This is a guest not to miss. Hey, Leo, what's happening? Look at this thing doing this thing here. I don't know what's going on here, man. This is crazy. All right, let's see. There she. Let's try this one. How's that? All right, looks like we're connecting. Oh, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. You keep getting bounced out, bro. I know you're there. I don't want this to keep going on. Let's see here. Let's try that one more time, man. The athletic method. I'm not sure why you're getting bounced, man. Are you on your phone? Are you on a computer? If you're on your phone, you have a better chance of getting on. I don't know if that's what it is, but if that's where you are, yeah, he has requested to join as well, and I've requested him. We've tried it both ways, and he keeps getting bounced right after the connection signal comes in. So I'm going to try inviting you again. Let's see here. No, he keeps getting declined. I'm not sure why. And you are on your phone, right, buddy? Are you on an iPhone? Because I know you were with Abdul yesterday or today. Well, man, I don't know what to say at this point. Let's try you again, but man, we may have to go live with you in person, buddy. There we go. Let's see what we got. We're on waiting for you now, bud. Well, I know you're here. You want to try your other line? But anyway, in the meantime, just so that you guys know what we're here to talk about, and this is, until we get Kylie on, the athletic room is his business. And it is really, I love the logo, train like an athlete, recover like a pro. And that's what this business is all about. And man, there's just so much to talk about because he's got the cryo booth, he's got the Normatec machines, he's got all kinds of things, man. And I'm going to have to figure out a way to reschedule him, I guess. So, you know, that's where we are with that, you know. So Champions and Legends on the recovery level has several different products. You know, they're designed to get you through the sore, the DOMS, the delayed muscle fatigue, and soreness. So Champions and Legends has a tincture, which is a supplement that you can mix with coffee or drink, so you can just take it orally. And that is designed to, you know, that can do all kinds of things. Gut health, it can do things in terms of reducing inflammation from the inside out. We also have this incredible muscle rub, which is a high, it is a high milligram rub that you can put on sore muscles and sore joints. And then there's a muscle cream, which is a little less of the intensity level is there, but you can put it over a larger area. And then we have a roll-on, which has an incredible head on it that you can get this sob that is out over the body and on the muscles. So there's a great line. If you go to Champions and Legends recovery line, fantastic, man, fantastic stuff. Didn't plan on talking about those things. I was going to let Kylie talk about them, but you know, so you can look at the tincture, you can look at the soft gels that you can take orally, and these supplements are available right on the site. There are, of course, I said the sob, the rub, which is 1,000 milligram, and these are all full spectrum CBD products derived from industrial hemp. Okay, and man, we can get into all kinds of things about CBD and what you don't know about CBD. If you have any questions about CBD, I'd be glad to answer those questions for you. Yeah, so let me see if Kylie is back and is giving it another shot. Let's see here. No? Yeah, I think we may have lost him. He's not able to get on. So I am going to wrap it up. What I've got is, I would like to also remind you that we have two new athlete partners, both champions in their own right from the rock climbing and bouldering world. I call them the Spider-Men because they scale tall rocks and mountains, and it is a dangerous sport. So we have Tommy Caldwell and Adam Andra, and I wanted to make sure I say his name right. Adam Andra, he's Czechoslovakian, and we have Tommy Caldwell, he's an American climber, and we're excited to have them as part of the Champions and Legends team. And man, stay tuned because let's see here, August 1st, we're going to be introducing more Champions and Legends athletic partners. And then August 15th, even more. So, you know, guys, what I can tell you is this, you know, you can be an athlete at any level. You don't have to be a pro, and you can be out there doing the best that you can to be the best version of yourself. And that is what we encourage at Champions and Legends, is you going out and being the best version of yourself. And we provide CBD products to help you get there, to add to your toolbox of tools to keep you in the game. So once again, this is the Champions and Legends Weekly Warrior Happy Hour. And we get together each week with gym owners and healthcare professionals and fitness pros. And we talk about CBD, we talk about fitness regimens, we talk about best practices in preparation, recovery, preparation, performance, and recovery. And man, it's really all about being the best version of yourself. So stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive, and we'll see you next week.